Namaste. The great Indian Ramayana, Mahabharata, called the Itihas, and the numerous Puranas should not be translated as history as used in the Western sense. Let me read out the definition of history and then ask Dr. Das what the difference is. History is defined as the branch of knowledge dealing with past events, a continuous systematic narrative of past events as relating to a particular people, country, period, person, etc. Usually written as a chronological account, a chronicle. How is Itihas and Purana different?
Well, Itihas and Puranas, they may contain some historical facts in it, but they are not the books of history. First difference is that they are not linear in explaining the history.
Not linear time?
No, they are not, because they may have history from different yugas, from different cycles, from different creation cycles, because their purpose is not to give you the historical facts. We have to understand the intention of the author, what he wants to say. So, first of all, we have to know that they are part of the Vedic literature. Itihas Puranam cha Panchamam Veda Uchyate. So, they are called the fifth Veda. And Itihas Purana Bhyam Vedam Samubhrinyet. You should supplement the Vedas, which means that to have a good or better understanding of the Vedas, you should take help of the Itihas and Puranas. So the purpose of Itihas and Purana is to study the message of the Vedas, and not, obviously the purpose of Vedas is not to give you history. They are not the books of history. Even the Western Indologists will agree that they are not historical books.
So not everybody could understand and have direct access to Vedas. So for the mass market,
yes,
Puranas, Itihas would give the same ideas in a sort of user-friendly way.
Right.
That's sort of the way?
That is the idea. In fact, it is mentioned in Bhagavad Purana that Stri Vaishya Dujbandhunam Traina Suti Gochara Iti Bharat Akhyanam Kripya Munina Kritam. Vedas have certain restrictions that not everybody is allowed to study them. So for those people who were not allowed, of course now that is not applicable. Now anybody can do anything. But in the olden days there were certain restrictions, and that was not restriction to sort of as a bias against them or to exclude them from knowledge, but certain physical capabilities required to study the Vedas, to chant them, to understand the mantras. And those people who did not have that ability, to give them the same message which is contained in the Vedas, Sri Vyasa, he composed Mahabharata and the Puranas. So the idea was not to be just very exclusive and the Vedas were only for the Brahmanas and others were not allowed. No, it was not a question like that. Just like Kshatriyas became kings and Brahmanas were not became king, it is because they are qualified to become kings.
I mean, not everybody is qualified to enter a nuclear reactor because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah,
and not everybody is allowed to go fly a plane, to be a pilot.
I mean, if you want to study medical science, you have to go through a test.
Right.
So there is no discrimination. Anyone can sit in the test, but if you qualify, then you get the admission.
Because the power of mantra and the power of the knowledge was so strong that if a person didn't know what he's doing, he could misinform and create a lot of problems.
Right. And secondly, that to study that, you have to follow certain sadhana, certain, practices spiritually, which you have to do, and not everybody could follow that. You have to fast on certain days, you have to eat, not eat, wake up early morning, take bath.
Given the high standard of conformity, compliance to really understand the Vedas, not everybody could do it, which is the same like not everybody can become a doctor.
Or engineer.
Or whatever high class profession is there, or very high class, high status and high requirement, very intellectual or mentally challenging profession not everybody can do. So those who cannot and still need that knowledge to attain moksha and all that, the more user friendly, accessible narratives were these Itihas and Purana. Whereas history has no link with a particular system like Shastra.
And what he did that one of the very important way or the principle of pedagogy is to teach through stories. And people like stories. Everybody loves stories. So therefore Vyasa, he took the stories and then he narrated them in such a way that you will learn something from that, the principles of the Vedas, you will learn through these stories. So one thing is that you like to hear stories, you don't have to stretch your brain so much. Second thing is stories can be remembered easily than just remembering some abstract formulas or Vedantic principles, the sutras and all that. And these stories contain the essence of the Vedic knowledge. So therefore the Itihasas and Puranas were written. So the word Itihasa, actually, if you break it down, it has iti. Iti means thus. Ha means was. And asa means expansion. That there was an incident which happened in this way, but now I'm expanding it. So that is called poetic license.
Right.
So the Vyasa, he may exaggerate something.
He takes historical fact and utilizes it to tell a story in order to teach you some things.
Right. Just like, the press reporters, they may have a way of explaining things. The same incident can be explained by different reporters in a many different way, especially if they have some political agenda behind it.
Right.
So they can throw light on one aspect, they can add little spice to it.
Right.
And, augment it and, serve you in a very different manner.
Yes.
So Vyasa has also done that. So he has taken the history which happened. It is not wrong. It's not that Mahabharata did not happen. It did happen. But how he presents it is that his intention is to give knowledge.
Because, even a simple event that happens may take a very long, a huge amount of text to explain every little detail of it.
Right.
And any scribe, any historian, any newspaper, when they're covering it, they give you one very tiny subset of what actually happened, because it is too much space you can't have.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. So the person who's writing Itihas is taking this, what the events were, selecting out of it, emphasizing the way he wants to, and mixing in with what the lesson of the story is. What's the philosophical teaching? There's some teaching going on.
Yeah. So that is actually the intention of the author. So that's why it is called Itihasa. That it has the historical fact, but they are not presented just from the point of view of history. And Purana is also sometimes given the meaning as Pura api Nava, that although it is old, means it's speaking about the old incidents, but it is Nava, it is new. Why? Because it is applicable. It's like if you take Bhagavad Gita, so it is part of Mahabharata, it is a story. So, but what is being described is how the human mind functions.
Right.
So it is new.
Right.
Although it is old in the sense of story, but the message which is being given is still applicable.
Also the use of time, because some of them talk about different yugas.
Right.
So they are going across a huge amount of time also.
Yeah, and sometimes you see that the same story is explained in a different manner in different Puranas. Exactly the same incident, in one way you read, say in Bhagavatam in one way, in Mahabharata in another way, in Vishnu Purana in another way. So what is the need of doing it? Because even the Puranas, there are 18 of them, so they are also written with different variety of people. Some people who are more sattvic, some are more rajasic, some are more tamasic. So the Puranas are also written for some tamasic people, rajasic people, sattvic people, because they will have a liking for a story in this manner.
Right.
And other people will have a liking for a story in this manner.
Wonderful.
So the intention of the author is again not just to tell you the story, but actually to come to your level. A good teacher is one who goes to the level of the student and then make the student understand the subject.
Perfect.
So Vyasa has done that. So tamasic people are not very intellectual.
Yeah.
So they can understand story when it is told more in a very, gross and simple manner, not too much philosophical points in it. So then he makes the story look like that. Like you tell a story to the child and you tell a story to a grown-up man, the same story you will tell in a different manner.
Right.
So that's what Vyasa has done. And that is, otherwise people wonder why we have so many books. It's better to have just one book, No, there's so many books is there because there's so much variety of people. There's so much levels of people.
Right.
and he wanted to cater to everybody.
Right.
So this is the greatness of our,
Yes.
scriptures,
Yes.
Shastra, that it is catering to all variety of people.
So new works of multimedia, movies like Lord of the Rings, these kind of things, Harry Potter. So it's sort of like the West doesn't have its own Itihasa and Puran. So that for entertainment purposes they're making these things.
Right.
And some of them have some philosophical meaning, some of them don't. So do you feel that with the use of new technology, new media, animation, we could also be doing new Itihasa and new Puranas now?
Well, you can do it. I mean, first of all, there is no need because so much is already there.
Right.
You can produce it, and you can produce it in a modern way.
In a modern way. Same
Because,
story.
Yeah, same story. You can produce it in a more modern way with a lot of effects and make it more entertaining. But the message should not be lost.
But what about there is message to be learned from this ancient history which has been written as Itihasa, as a genre of writing.
Right.
So it's a genre of writing old history in a way that is bringing the message of the Vedas for regular people. So now one could argue that in the last 1,000, 1,500 years, a lot of history has happened which our people should be taught.
Right.
We've been invaded, most of our people don't know what the facts are. The school textbooks are all full of bias, political correctness. We don't even know what the real facts are. So to teach the facts of the past 1,000, 1,500 years, and at the same time make it interesting, and at the same time insert the message, what's the point we're trying to make.
Right.
If somebody betrays, then the other person will take advantage of it and undermine all of us. What happened when Gauri came and he was defeated, and then he kept getting given release and go back, and how that ended up. So there are lessons to be learned.
Yes.
So we could be having imaginative people write new Itihas.
Yeah, why not?
So that is because Smritis have to be written for every era.
No, we can write that, and this is we already have examples of that. These stories are already written. We learn the principles from the stories, and then we want to convey these principles now through the new stories because we are always interested in hearing more and more.
Right, right. So imaginative people should get into the writing of Mughal Islamic period, Itihasa of Islamic period.
Right, but it should be written with the intention to teach us.
To teach us what happened, what was right, what was wrong, what can we learn, how can we strategize, how can we understand the other side. There should be the Itihasa of British rule. There should be all of this.
Yes, so that this mistake is not made again.
So it is useful to society. It would be entertaining as for the mainstream, and it would be factual. It would definitely be. So I would support that.
I definitely.
It could be a very good project.
History should be presented for us, and it should be presented to educate us.
Yes, yes.
And we can understand that, okay, where was the mistake made?
Yes.
And what were the positive things we had,
right,
which are usually suppressed, because whoever rules
writes down the way he wants us to learn.
And then the one who is ruled over, nothing is good said about them.
Right. So I'll close with this, that Itihas, Puran are not the same thing as history. We should also be writing new Itihas, Puran for recent periods like the arrival of Islam, the arrival of the Western colonizers and so on. These things the facts are known, and we should be writing in the Itihas genre to make it entertaining and also capture and convey some good teachings.
Yeah, and we should actually make movies.
Yeah,
about this,
movies and IMAX and theater and animation and all of that.
Yeah, cartoons.
Everything we should do. This is wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Das.